approbation of a man of sense from the flattery of sycophants and admiration of fools. There's no way anybody will be praising this government without appearing like a fool. When they came in, Tinubu in inauguration ground said fuel subsidy is gone. And then when he was saying that, there was no cabinet in place. Fuel price rose from 195 naira to 617 naira in one swoop. And then they floated the naira, and naira depreciated, going to almost 2,000 naira to a dollar from about 460 naira. And the only defense they have is be patient. Nigerians became hungry. His own people started shouting, Ebin power. And their response, be patient. Be patient first 100 days. Be patient 6 months. Be patient 1 year. Be patient 2 years. Half of the journey. And they are still asking people to be patient. Are you praising this government? You are doing it on the blood and the graves of people in Benue State that are being massacred every day. As I talk to you, people are dying in Benue State, not because they committed any crime, but because Tinubu is their president that could not defend them. Benue State is an APC state, governed by a reverend father. So spiritually, you say a reverend father is in charge. Politically, you say they are a member of Tinubu's party. And yet, they are dying every day from terrorists, from killer headsmen, and no end in sight and no solution. And some people are praising this government. They are doing it on the graves and blood of the innocent Nigerians that are massacred everywhere and every day. You talk about Plateau, you talk about the Northwest, talk about the Southeast. Kidnappers are discovered with graves, with people burying people alive. And Tinubu's purported security reports, they don't take such reports, security reports to him for prevention. It is the security report that will help him to take the resources of Rivers State in the name of declaring state of emergency. That's the security report they will see. But security reports to bring security to Nigerians, they will not give him. I want you to understand, security is the basic necessity that every government owes to its citizens. This government has failed in the area of security. People are scared to travel through the rivers, the sea, because flood will come and sweep them away. Look at what's happening in Niger State. 200 persons just died. And it is not a situation that is not foreseeable. These things happen every day. You know, when people talk about Tinubu's regime and they say, these problems were there before him, I actually realize that the media and the spokespersons are very unintelligent. Because when you make such statement, you are actually indicting him. Because what you're trying to say is that this government ought to have been aware or is aware of all the problems before coming in. That means they did not come with any solution. If it is a problem that is not there before, if it's a novel problem, you say, okay, they are facing a new challenge, give them time. But these are problems that have been there. Boko Haram has been there, insurgents have been there, Lakurawa has been there, the bandits, the kidnappers, they have been there. There is nothing new. A man that said to be the president is his life ambition did not make any preparation to bring solution to all the problems that he knew were there. And now we are hemorrhaging. We are going into more deprivation, into more degradation, into more hunger, into more hardship, into the worst of mankind. Do you know, the present report now is that Nigeria has more malnourished children than Sudan. Nigeria has overtaken Sudan, a war-torn country, as in malnourished children. If our children are malnourished, that means the failure of this government is moving even towards the next generation. They have destroyed their own generation. They are moving in to destroy the next generation. This government has nothing to offer Nigerians except destruction, except wastages. We're talking about security. Do we talk about the economy? This government that removed fuel subsidy, say the reason is because they will be saving $7.2 billion every year, and it will help them to provide infrastructure for the people. It will release money for them to cater for the welfare of the people. What have they catered for? This same government has borrowed Nigeria into bondage more than any other government before it. In December 2024, our debt profile reached 144 trillion naira. This government met only 77 trillion naira as general debt of Nigeria. They are now seeking to borrow $21.5 billion. Jesus.
I mean, yesterday,
where did these people come from?
From the presidency, spoke about that. He explained I don't know if you can hear me. When the representative from the presidency spoke about that, he said that it does not necessarily mean that they're going to spend all that millions at once. That is just some sort of maybe a borrowing plan. That's what that was part of the explanation he gave for that. But if you talk about the current administration, and from all indications and what you said, you do not seem pleased, and you did say that the current administration does not have anything to offer Nigerians. Let's talk about your expectation for 2027. There's been talks about the coalition. Do you have faith in the potential of a coalition? And if yes, who do you think will be the champions of this coalition? All right, we're going to a very quick break. When we come back, we'll have Mr. Kenneth Okonkwo, Dr. Kenneth Okonkwo joining us this morning. Please stay with us. To the conversation as we analyze the state of the nation, and we're still joined by Mr. Kenneth Okonkwo. Before we went on that break, you had highlighted all the things that you were displeased about regarding the current administration, mentioning that the current administration has nothing to offer Nigerians. If you strongly believe that the current administration has nothing to offer Nigerians, do you have hope in the coalition to maybe unseat the current administration? And if yes, who do you think will head this coalition?
Well, coalition is simply an alliance for combined action. The issue of leadership does not arise now. So, yes, the noise is echoing.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
We can hear you clearly. Please go ahead. And your audio is great on our end.
All right. The issue of who is leading the coalition. The issue of who is leading the coalition does not arise for now, because we are not trying to build a coalition for the next election. We're trying to build a coalition to build this nation to become a great nation on earth. So we are not interested in scrambling for leadership. We're looking at the next generation. Like I said, coalition is an alliance for combined action. So you have to agree on the alliance first. You have to agree on the basic necessities to return Nigeria to the path of greatness. Then the leadership will evolve. So I am not aware that there are people that you are saying they are leaders, but I am aware that is a collective responsibility. People coming together who are tired of the malaise that is going on in Nigeria, a coalition of the willing who want to come together to build a better society. So it's not a scramble for leadership, it's not a scramble for power, it's not a scramble for resources, it is a scramble for the security and welfare of Nigerians. That's why we are not emphasizing leadership or who is the leader. We are emphasizing what are the manifesto, what are the terms of reference. Then whoever is interested in providing such things for Nigeria will sign up to the coalition, and then the leadership will evolve from there. Having said that, everybody is convinced now that in Nigeria things are not moving the way they should move. Also, in the opposition, you cannot go it alone in order to take out an incumbent. So you have to come together. In union there is strength. So when you come together, you will be able to oppose INEC that has become a rigging machine for the ruling party. When you come together, you will be able to build the trust from the people that you have unity, at least, that will help you to govern well. When you come together, you will be able to bring legitimacy to your request, and immediately your government comes into effect. You will be able to form the government from very powerful people of substance that have character, capacity, and that have the competence, because you would have many of them. So the coalition is building itself, is organic, is forming up, and then we have leaders that are of integrity that are emerging from the coalition, and when we combine, then we will be able to deliver for Nigerians.
Do you think you've been fair in your assessment of this administration? Because looking at the health of the economy when President Tinubu took over, it was in dire straits, and majority of those who were contesting against him, the front runners, had also said that they were going to remove subsidy. Having said this, are there any positives you've seen in the last 2 years? Because you can't say, I believe, that nothing good has come. They've not done anything positive when the government has rolled out some policies and initiatives in the last 2 years. I know it's not your duty to talk about to highlight the positives of the administration, but just being fair.
the budget 2025 is already padded to the tune of about 7 trillion naira. One street light will cost Nigerian 200 and something million naira. One pole of street light, one borehole will cost them almost 200 million naira. What good can come out of such a government? How many people have been held accountable for the security situation in Nigeria? What good can come from such a government? What is their defense? I can't sit down here, like I told you. If you start praising this government, there's no way you will not appear like a fool. I can't sit down here and make a fool of myself. Because you journalists, if I praise this government now, you give me a returning and a cross-examination, and I will not have anything to answer. When you are padding the budget with 7 trillion naira, you are borrowing money to students who want to go to school. Like I said, security and welfare. I wish, I'm not a member of any political party now. If there is any reason this government has given me to praise them, I would have praised them. Look at India appointments. Appointing only Yoruba people, his own people, not even only Yoruba, the Lagos axis. You know, the Lagos Alaye inspired axis of his proteges. Look at it. Whether you say the Chief Justice of Nigeria, whether you say the Attorney General of the Federation, whether you say Minister of Finance, Central Bank Governor, whether you say every notable thing, whether you say Inspector General of Police, Chief of Army Staff, whether you say insecurity in economy, what do I say? He chose a fellow Muslim for the same fair ticket, not recognizing our diversity. Section 15, 3D of the Constitution. He said every association must cut across religious and ethnic barriers. This government, apart from religion and ethnicity, I don't know his basis of appointment. All his appointees performing in an F form, especially those ones that are from his place, and he's not doing anything about them. What will I praise? I wish I have anything to praise, and I will be here singing the praises. Remember, I was a member of that political party. So tell me yourself, give me by practical data, empirical facts, the things this government have achieved, and I will interrogate it, and I would say I concede that to you. But there is nothing to be praised. Like I said, I can't stand on the blood and the graves of the innocent Nigerians that are massacred nationwide to begin to praise a government for what? For giving me tears and blood? So that is the issue. For the first time in 2 years of any government, there is nothing to praise about. I said in Nigeria, you have more malnourished children than in Sudan, a war-torn country. So we are actually like people living in a war-torn country without wars. Look at in Northeast, our soldiers being massacred in something that you know existed before coming in. You're removing resources from there to take it to another place. Yet you found it necessary to spend 150 billion naira for your presidential jet when you came in. So the issue here is I wish there is anything to praise. I have none, but you can help me, and I will concede to you. But by the empirical facts, this government has achieved nothing, in my own opinion, and the only thing they deserve is to be taken out.
I must say that our interest was to look at having a lengthy discussion, not just about the current administration, but also to look at the crisis within the Labour Party, and of course, your incisive thoughts on some of the matters affecting the nation, which you have started touching on. But it's unfortunate that we do have a special broadcast that we must move on to. So we want to use this medium to please ask if you can grant us another time.
You listen to Kenneth Okonkwo. That is the basic truth now. So all these are not new again. All these are not new. Because as it is, everybody now understands that Tinubu came into office without any preparations. Like Kenneth Okonkwo said, Dr. Kenneth Okonkwo. Part of the problem we are facing today, it was the same problem of the previous administration. Insecurity, the bad economy, everything. The country is not safe. Everything that the country was bad under the say APC government, and APC said they were going to take over and do better and do what Buhari were not able to do. So these are not new. That you say, okay, these are just emergency situations. It happens. We need to look for a way. We need to look for a way. We are training some people on how to deal with these situations. Do you understand? These are not new. These are something that has been existing, that have been happening in this government. Reasons why we needed a good Samaritan, somebody who is going to listen to the of Nigerians and solving the problem. Tinubu said he was going to do it, and this is what he has been planning for all his lifetime, to be the president of this country. If you have used how many years on earth to plan, make preparations to becoming the president of this country, how come you never prepare on how to solving the problems? And this problem are the reasons why you came into office, why you say it is your turn, Emilokon. I thought you have the strategy. I thought you have what it is. When you get there, you are going to, I think, like when a vehicle is moving, you don't want this vehicle to move. Turn down the ignition, then the vehicle stops automatically. I thought Tinubu has the power, the solution, what it takes, that when he get there as the president, he's going to shut down the network, the road, or the vehicle that links to the insecurity, or what the insecurity, if at all the link that links to the insecurity is going to shut down the network so that insecurity will stop automatically. When he said it is my turn, Emilio Con, he knows what it takes. When they started, but the day I lose hope, I knew if you have been following me, just because my page has issue, if you have been following me from day one, especially the day Tinubu went to Chatham House to speak, when they asked him questions, simple questions about insecurity, other questions, he delegated the questions to his members, those his members who were campaigning for him at that time. That was when I knew that this man has nothing to offer. And again, when this woman, Hannah Jatu, when she said Tinubu invited her, they met at somewhere in London, they discussed, he asked Tinubu, blueprint, what do you have for the northerners? Tinubu said he does not have any blueprint and he doesn't want anything. He does not have one. Once he get there, he will know what to do. That if he have a blueprint and started showing people his blueprint, that he's going to step on people's toe. If you want to solve the problem of this country, you must ready to step on toes. Now you are not solving the problem, you are stepped a lot of people's toe. All the northerners are against you. You step on their toes for not solving their problem. So if you have solved the problem, or start solving the problem, you will preach some people and also step on people's toe. That stepping on people's toe, individual, few persons, then you solve the problem of millions of people. Now you step on some person's toe, you step on their toes, and now you plunge Nigerians into poverty. You are praising few set of people and let millions of Nigeria go on hungry, die of insecurity. It doesn't concern you. Can you imagine? That was the day. Since that time, during campaign, I've been shouting, this man does not deserve the president. This man does not have what it takes to be the president of this country. This man cannot do anything. This man can only come and cause pain to Nigerians. I've been saying, that's what I've been saying. But people say, because you are obedient, they decided to insult us. They decided today, all of them, they are not saying the reasons why we have been shouting that this man does not deserve it. Not really because of me. For them, today, how far? Bad market. Bad market. This is what you get when you don't listen. Somebody that were not accessible during the campaign, or the presidential candidates, they went to different media houses to speak. The question then, what do you have for this country? What do you have to offer? He has nothing. You don't have any record of Tinubu attended any interview during that campaign so that they can scrutinize him, asking questions. What do you have? What is your plan? What's your blueprint? And you plan. They invite him to different meeting hall, meeting. Nothing like that. He never showed up. He never showed up. Only Chatham House. At that same time, he disgraced himself and disgraced his members by delegating the questions to his member. That was when El-Rufai answered the question. I said, this one, you answered the question brilliantly. That means to say El-Rufai will be the one in charge of security, like NSA now, Nuhu Ribadu. Maybe El-Rufai will be in charge. But unfortunately, El-Rufai, who answered the question of insecurity excellently at that time at Chatham House, unfortunately, they dropped him. They couldn't take him, or he couldn't pass through as in ministers. They couldn't give him any ministerial position. Today, El-Rufai fell out of them. Today, El-Rufai is now against them, trying very hard to get to unseat Tinubu in 2027. And all the northerns, allied, all the heavyweight political in the north now, all of them, they are against Tinubu. If Tinubu has sense, if he knows what he's doing, what he's doing this first year, if he truly wants a second term, these are not what you're supposed to be doing first term. You need to at least calm down. If you want to do reform, if you want to scatter the country, first of all, let people see reasons to compensate you for the second term. When you come in second term, you can decide to do what pleases you. Not the first year, second year. Nigeria cannot breathe again. People cannot feed themselves. People cannot travel. People cannot move from one place to another. People cannot go to their business places. All because we have a president who does not listen. Or we have a president who does not care about the citizens he's looking after. No, it doesn't work. Anyways, now Kenneth Okonkwo said it up. Please, what do you think? Subscribe and follow this YouTube. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'll be your guy runner for me now.